Beyond the Hype, a mature approach to investing and innovating in crypto.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you for having me here today. There is a lot that can be unpacked as we look at the over 10 years that blockchain, starting with Bitcoin, of course, has been around. And as an investor, we really have to look at what are the longer trends. We must be accustomed to that since when we invested in traditional equities, in startups, the period before we would become liquid was maybe 6, 8, 10 years. So it is important to understand how we can analyze those trends and what we can understand in analogy to investing in equity in the world of blockchain. With Beyond Enterprises, where I am managing advisor, that is what we do both on the side of projects with our advisory activity and on the side of our fellow investors with the blockchain investor consortium that we created. If you want to take a photo of the slides, this is the one, because then you will be able to download them all and take your time and look at the beautiful AI-generated images that I obviously used in order to illustrate my concepts. I have been in the world of Bitcoin since the very beginning. This is a tweet from over 10 years ago as I welcome Bitcoin and anticipate the competition that it will represent to traditional fiat currencies. As a matter of fact, I sold the tweet as an NFT some time ago, so the collector is now sitting on it, and he said he will wait another 10 years to see what is going to happen with it. I believe that the stories and the metaphors that we tell about the technologies that we use matter. I suggested we should not talk about mining, for example. It is much better to talk about weaving as we collaborate, as we work together in order to have the patterns of applications emerge from our collective efforts. If you want to get deeper in these topics, I summarized some of my thoughts in a book that you can find on your favorite bookstore or website. And I also have a few signed copies if you want to have them over here in the lounge. Now, the machines that are helping us understand, analyze, and invest are becoming more and more important. A lot of the discussion at AIBC very naturally looks at the intersection of what is happening in artificial intelligence and the world of blockchain and crypto. The most important chart that you should get familiar with is not necessarily, unless you are a trader, of the daily or hourly sentiment and the technical analysis behind it. If you are an investor, the most important chart that you have to be familiar with is the long cycle of Bitcoin halving and how the algorithm reducing the rewards received by weavers, that all of you call miners, is actually very naturally driving an appreciation of Bitcoin and, as a consequence, a renewed enthusiasm around the entire ecosystem. The biggest challenge, of course, is to welcome on board the newcomers who may dismiss Bitcoin and crypto as a fad during the downturns, only to wake up and ask themselves, how is it possible that Bitcoin didn't disappear and didn't die? The speed with which this is happening is not only increasing, we are not only seeing an acceleration, the trends that we are seeing have an increasing rate of acceleration. I call these jolting technologies. Mathematically, you can measure and you can plot the trends with variable rates of acceleration. And as we are able to spread the bets that we make on hundreds and thousands of projects where the barriers to entry are low and the risk is, of course, very, very high, the kind of diversity that we can observe benefits not only niches, but creates a pattern and an interconnected network of value creation of new solutions that are technically interoperable and that connect not only machines but people as well. It is very important in these days, literally in these weeks, to make sure that we understand that the machines are not our enemies. Whether it is blockchain, whether it is AI, we have to create systems that are aligned with a positive human future, and the incentives that are implemented around those systems must support beneficial outcomes for a human flourishing. We are closing the gap between what machines can do and humans can do, not only on the side of machines with the amazing performance of systems like ChatGPT. We are closing the gap on the human side as well with the tools and the systems that we use in an ever more intimate integration, in a hybridization, if you will. And whether you will adopt, like I certainly will, the brain-computer interfaces that are going to be available, or you will use other kind of systems, decision-making that is unaided by machines is going to be as happenstance, as based on luck, as reading the entrails of animals for ancient rituals of superstitious decisions. We are in a phase transformation. We are looking at very important changes that can define the course of human history. And both as enthusiastic, passionate, and skilled creators of projects, as well as investors who want to both generate returns from a financial point of view, as well as back projects that benefit humanity, it is our job to realize that the time to build in bear markets is the time when those people who have the grit, the persistence, the ability to understand longer terms take action. When the hype is around, honestly, stupid money is abundant. But as a startup founder, you want to find the smart money that will be around when the going is hard as well, when the bear market is around rather than the bull market. I believe in technology and in the power of technology to benefit the world as well as humanity, and I am looking forward for blockchain technology and artificial intelligence to go hand in hand, both on the planet as well as we expand in space, because I believe this is actually unstoppable. And I feel lucky, together with all of you, to be able to experience it and to be actively participating in it. Thank you very much.